relationship does Shakespeare have to Romeo, and what relationship does Romeo have to Shakespeare? I'm going to think outside of the box. How are these two connected? You see, they're connected through very particular roles that they play in the big idea of their existence. You see, on one side we have the ultimate storyteller, Shakespeare, the person that crafts the story, creates a plot line, and develops the world in which a character can exist in. And on the other side, we have Romeo, the main protagonist, the person that is following the storyline of this great storyteller. And so, in creating this storyline, Shakespeare decides which direction he can go. He knows the plot from start to finish. He knows everything that's around every single corner. And he decides what it is, where it's going, and how it's going to end. You see, as the main protagonist, all Romeo has to do is walk in the path that the storyteller has set. And to just continue going down the bends and the different storylines and the plot things and the side stories to get to the ultimate end of the story. And all his task is to do is to follow this. And you see, we can draw some parallels between Shakespeare's relationship to Romeo, or Romeo's relationship to Shakespeare, and our relationship to God. You see, God is that ultimate storyteller. He knows the plot from eternity past to eternity future. He knows exactly what has happened, exactly what is happening, and exactly what's going to happen. And he's writing the story, but unlike Shakespeare, he doesn't write tragedies. But you see, where the problem comes is that we as human beings have a power that Romeo doesn't have. You see, we can decide to take the pen from the story writer and write our own ending to the stories. We can write our own shifts and turns into the story, and we have the free will to decide which way the story goes. And you see, when we take the pen from the ultimate story writer that loves us and wants the ultimate positive ending, we start writing bad endings for ourselves in our own selfish desires. And so an encouragement for us as we think about going down the path that God has set for us, following his will and following his purpose for our lives, Proverbs 3, 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path." You see, when we take the pen from the ultimate storyteller, we start writing our own destruction, even though we think we're making a good ending. God wants a positive end and a positive result for every single one of us. And in order for that to happen, we have to let him write the story.